Alright, hi everybody. So first, before I begin the video, I want to clear up a misconception. I hear a lot of people who are like, man, I stupidly spent all of my, my hero points, so now I can't just instantly max out, my scrapper or whatever. If you look at the lock, it actually says you require to have fully leveled gadget training, fully leveled explosives, fully leveled firearms, alchemy, etc. So you actually have to max out all of these. If you ever want to even gain access to this class. I've tried this on my Necromancer. I actually recently got my Necromancer to level 80, and I only had points in Death Magic and nothing else. And I was super disappointed to find out I couldn't just start wielding my Greatsword right away. I had to max out everything else, and then I had to go get like 5 more skill points to be able to just access using the Greatsword. But that's basically the experience I had. So don't expect you can just like ask for like a refund of your points or sometime in the future, something like that. Elite specializations really are meant to be elite specializations for people who want, super big end game content. And thankfully they have decreased the cost. It is now only 250. It used to be 400 points were needed to max out, and now it's just 250. So see, for instance, here I have a Necromancer who just reached level 80. And I can just now use the Greatsword after maxing out all of these other things. Because they were, whoops, sorry. All of these had to be maxed out before I could put points in there. So, I'm just saying that. Bear that in mind. It's necessary that you have to max out everything before you're allowed to put points into Reaper or whatever elite spec you want to be. Just a note. Also, using a Greatsword as a Necromancer is freaking awesome. You've got a lot of unique abilities. You've got a triple hit combo, obviously, which has ice attacks. You've got, sort of like ranged sort of thing. You got a swirly thing, creates an area of effect that does, I don't even know what. A growing column of shadows that damages and conditioned foes. Okay, blindness and cripple, cool. And you can chill foes. Noticing a lot of chill on the combos, but then again, that's what Necromancers are all about. So yeah, Reaper, awesome. Love Reaper. I also really like the Druid. I actually just recently repurchased all new gear just so I could play as a Druid. And this is a thing that's kind of tough for a Ranger who wants to go into Druid, is you basically have to go from speccing in like critical hit mastery and doing a lot of damage with crits to healing. So like, basically like if you look at my old armor I used to have this is all precision, condition damage, and power. So my pet could do the most like poison damage, and I could do poison damage, and it was great. But now that I'm Druid, I've had to switch over. So no more shooty stuff. It's more just sit back and heal my allies and create fields. And I basically play a big support role now. But it's actually really fun. And I'm having a lot more fun with it. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and gotten the Druid runes on my gear. And this is kind of funny because it's like a rune made for the Druid. Because on level 6 it says gain plus 500 healing power for 3 seconds after casting a glyph. Now, the only unique healing item that the Druids actually train, their unique healing ability they get... sorry, I keep forgetting where it is. Here. Okay, so if we look at the Druid spec... they actually get a glyph of rejuvenation. It's the only glyph I know of that Rangers can use. There's maybe some more, but they also have these other glyphs too. Glyph of empowerment, glyph of the tides, glyph of equality, and glyph of unity. So obviously getting plus 500 healing power for 3 seconds every time you use what could be every one of your abilities here on this bar, including your healing skill, it's just awesome. It's like, what other rune set would you use? You're kind of trapped into this world of you have to do the healing vitality, route, because that's just way too overpowered and awesome. But, maybe you can try something out and it turn out to be better. I don't know. But as far as my Druid's going, I'm going for total healing power right now. So, yeah. So that's it for the Druid. Let's move on to the other classes that I've spec'd out now. Tempest, I have kind of mixed feelings about. I'm not sure if I like it too much. The use of Warhorns is not something I would say is necessary for the class to work. I mean, the Warhorn ability is just like 2 extra skills per element. So that's neat, I guess. But I'm more interested in what you get with the overcharge abilities, like these area of effects you can create that are sort of mobile. And then they create a stationary field of damage for a while. Same for, water. You can get this sort of mobile bubble. Let me pull it out so you can see it. And you can move around as this, and that's cool. And I think it's creating healing in the field, and then electricity, you've got a field too. And on Earth, you look like something out of frickin' Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's just show the lightning. So it's creating a little storm in the air. Whee! And then here's Earth. And this is probably my favorite one of the bit, just because it looks so frickin' cool. It's like, yes, go forth, Earth. But yeah, whoop. And I tried to glide and I can't. Oh well, it's fine. We're good. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure on how to play Tempest yet, so I'm still trying to figure that one out, but I'm guessing the additional abilities they unlock makes them frickin' sweet, so I'm working towards that track. Let's talk about the Daredevil. This one's complicated for me, because I love twin daggers. I love all the stuff you can do with twin daggers, especially if you're using a healing build and you want to apply a lot of, like, bleeds, and then every time your opponent takes damage with all those dots you put on them, you gain health, you can stay alive. And that's freaking awesome. Oh, hey, I think I can pry this open. And I got whatever that is. It's a weapon. It's a greatsword. Whoa. Whoa, what did I just find? What is this? I've never seen this before. Can we actually show it wielded? Oh, darn it, though. Okay. Yeah, that's nifty. That's a pretty great sword. Anyway, can't use great swords on a thief, so let's see. Okay, so here's the staff, and it's a melee staff, and I love it. I freaking love being able to melee with a staff. That's cool, but I also like the twin daggers, right? So I'm really torn between which one I want to melee with, because I also want to use my bow, because the bow is really handy for range combat. Plus your arrows bounce, and you can also do poison damage. But that's the thing, is the daggers do lots of damage over time, which is really great for my build, because see how I have three, basically, whatever the heck this evade meters call it, always forget, endurance, three stacks of endurance instead of two. I can apply caltrops and get a speed boost, and apply caltrops and get a speed boost, and do it a third time, and just keep doing that over and over again as I beat up my opponents, and then even use roll for initiative to gain a little extra initiative, do some extra damage. It's a sweet build, but at the same time, I love the idea of hitting people with a staff. It's really cool looking, but I almost feel like I have no use for this if I have daggers already, and maybe with a bit more practice I can get used to it. You can do some cool stuff, like you can blind your opponents with Dust Strike, and that's really handy. So yeah, that way they're not able to hit you, but other than evading damage, I'm still not 100% convinced that this is the best route to go for maybe a healing thief build. It'd probably be better if you were a different type of thief. But since I like to solo a lot, I tend to go the healing route, so I can have higher sustainability for a slight loss of damage. But, that's just me. It's just my play style. So, would I recommend the Daredevil? Absolutely. If you want to hit things with a staff, I would say it's more fun than going with the Revenant at this point in time. But again, I haven't reached max level with the Revenant yet, so I can't really weigh in on that. And now let's talk about my favorite one. I'm saving the best for last here, people, because this one, oh man, I love the Warrior. It's my favorite class in the game. Warrior is freaking amazing, but I want to show you just how amazing they have made the Warrior now, because sure, you've got these extra abilities with the new weapon and stuff, and that's cute, but no. You have gained as a warrior probably more abilities than the Elementalist has gained. I am serious, because of these special pulse attacks you can do. Basically, like this arc divider. You create like a circular burst of energy with your greatsword. But if you switch weapons, let's say to the rifle, and then let's max out my adrenaline here, and then go into Berserk mode again, and now I get Gun Flame, so I can ignite enemies with a shot, and I completely missed because he was evading. Oops. Anyway, but you look really awesome. You're like red and glowy and stuff, and I don't know. I just love this. For some reason, let's do the arc divider. There we go. Big damage. And every weapon that you can equip has this unique new, special ability attached to it that you only can use while in Berserk mode. So that really expands the combat options. Some of the abilities are really cool. Where did my weapons go? Oh, I hit it. Okay. But yeah, if I was out of combat, I'd probably switch to something else and show that off. But let's go back to the awesome Greatsword. Because let's face it, Greatsword is the best weapon for a warrior. Hands down. You could argue against that. Please do in the comments if you'd like to. But, yeah, I freaking love the Berserker. I love it so much. I love it so much. So, maybe that's just me. But, yeah, if you have any other classes you'd like me to look at, such as the Dragon Slayer, or, I don't know, anything really. There's a lot of different classes in the game I haven't yet mastered. I think I haven't done, the Revenant obviously is like halfway to 80. My Engineer's halfway to 80. They get that drone class, like creates little drone robots and uses a hammer. That seems pretty fun. I am kind of bored with just a standard old rifle and flamethrower. It would be nice to, use a hammer on my Engineer, I imagine. Alright, gonna try to go to Berserker and see what the axe skill does. Decapitate. Oh, that's a Guild Wars 1 ability. Cool. Leap at your foe. Remove conditions. And okay, and so it's sort of like an assassin ability, sort of. Neat. But yeah, frickin' love the Berserker class. That's all I can say, really. The best class in game, in my opinion, so far that I've played. So much fun. You can tell I'm having fun with them because they're like the furthest along that I've actually advanced. Even though I'm still not all the way there yet. It takes a long time, but that's why they're elite specs, right? It's because it takes a while. You got to level up a lot and do stuff. So, yeah, that's all my Heart of Thorns stuff I have to say so far. New classes are awesome, and I like that you actually, when you become an elite spec, it actually changes your class. Like, it doesn't say Warrior anymore. It says Berserker. It says Daredevil. It says Tempest. It says Druid. Reaper. I like that. So, yeah, I'll let you know. This is my Engineer. And there's my very not far along at all Guardian, Revenant, and a Mesmer who I just don't care about. I want to learn about the Time Mage, but I don't see what the Time Mage gets other than using a shield and having a couple abilities with the shield specifically, but I'm sure there's some extra things you unlock that are really freaking sweet, and I just don't know yet. Like, there's all these extra stat things that change around. I didn't even go into the Druid's, Druid transformation form. The Druid actually transforms into this, spectral energy form and gets 5 new abilities, but it doesn't last that long, and it takes forever to charge up. So I'm not sure if I'd recommend Druid for Ranger players, because it's just, I know. If you like being a support, and you like healing, and you like your pet being the thing doing all the damage, try it out. But you can do the exact same thing with just a bow, man. I mean, your pet is still frickin' awesome if you go the Beastmaster route instead of the Druid route, so, yeah. That's it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. The battery on my mouse just died, so I can't stop recording it. There we go. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Have a good day.